Alright, so team's looking pretty good. Let's go on to island number 3. Alright, so the bonus objective on this island is there's a particular this guy who we are not supposed to kill. Which I can do fairly well with my grapple mech. I can just kind of task them on moving this guy around. Yeah, drop everybody in the sea. So I can't kill this guy. That doesn't mean he can't take some damage and block some of his friends for me. That should be fine. Okay, so this guy's a little bit different. He has a lot of health, but as long as we damage him, he loses his turn. Okay, that's a weapon for a type of mech I don't actually have on this team, which is kind of cool, actually. And another reactor core, which is great. Yeah, I get some more damage on the rock. As I face tougher enemies, having more damage on the whip and the rock are going to be probably my best tools in my toolbox. So this mission is about defending these tanks, which is nice because if I defend them for a couple turns, they come online and I gain some extra friendlies. Also, I have the City Island of Death over here, which it works really great for my Chain Lightning mech. And yep, they cluster around the City of Death. So I could have moved over and killed that guy, but now he will still die, but also block an enemy for me. Okay, yeah, same trick again. So he'll take a fire damage and then a damage from a spawning enemy, so he will still die, but he will keep the number of enemies on the field under control. And now my tanks are here and ready to go. Oh, okay, these tanks are not doing damage, they're just pushing. I see. Okay, now that I know that, I may try again. Also, just the fucking music in this game, though. Well, we've had a couple good missions in a row. Should we take on something really dangerous? Train. I don't know if this team is great at train defending, but I feel like we've had a lot of success, so let's do something super risky. Okay, not a super bad roll. I've only really got to deal with these guys in the way of the train and this guy attacking the city. Probably can figure this out. Yeah, so he's on fire because he was standing on a forest tile that I attacked. So, pretty sure, yeah, he will die before he does his attack. So that's been dealt with. This will go off before the train moves. So that'll do 1 damage to him. But yeah, that hasn't actually fixed everything yet. So I could grapple this guy out of the way and just kind of hit this guy with a rock. Okay, that was a pretty good first turn. All right, not too many things still on the field. Four things spawning next turn, so I probably should keep trying to block one of them, but I'm feeling pretty good about this. Alright, 2 of those enemies will spawn in fire, 2 won't. I'm kind of hoping they cluster around me a little bit so I can get some good lightning going. Okay, so I gotta do damage to this guy so he gets out of the way of the train. And ideally hit this guy so I don't take a grid damage. This guy's also giving health bonus to everyone, so if he could go down at some point during the turn, that would be good too. Alright, let's see. Okay, I'm going to slightly need to set myself on fire to do this. Alright. Perfect victory on one of the tough missions. Feeling pretty good about that one. That's pretty useful. All pilots surviving death is pretty useful, and a reactor core is always good too. Aw, and a second reactor core from finishing the mission, and a reactor core that this guy gets for free when he levels up. Uh-oh, this thing is starting to go really well. Oh, I can give him the teleporter too. Or medical supplies. Okay, this guy's got armor, so I'm going to give him the teleporter, which also needs a bonus power because he's the wrong type. So I'd have to pay a power penalty, but I can give him the wrong class weapon if I pay that penalty. And now I got some medical supplies, so if I lose a pilot, I don't really lose a pilot. That's good news. This team's starting to look pretty crazy good. Okay, I got one more mission here. Oh, sorry, two more missions. Wait. Yeah, one more mission here. So this is one of the first missions we've had with special tiles. So in this case, these tiles will turn into water each turn. That's not fatal to me, but it is fatal to non-flying enemies. Although when my mech is standing in water, it can't use any attacks. I don't think I've actually shown that yet. But yeah, if you finish in water, that's not a big deal, but you are unable to attack. Oh, the teleporter is not as good as I thought. I'm just swapping places with something that I'm quite close by to. Damn. Okay, teleporter is kind of interesting, but not as amazing as I thought. Alright, I'm pretty sure the tidal wave's actually going to sweep that bomb away before it blows up, so that's good news. Can also kill that freaking blobber, which I dislike. Alright, so no enemies decided that it would be a good idea to attack any buildings or anything, so this is going really well. Alright, time for third and probably final island mini-boss. Alright, so this guy is a low priority since he's not attacking any buildings if I move my mech out of the way. This guy is a priority, but I can like pull him into the water or whatever. If I throw a rock... Yeah, if I bump this guy into the water, since he's a boss, it won't kill him, but it would cancel his attack. I've also got this guy. I can do 4 damage with my chain lightning. Ooh, this guy does 4 damage. Does he attack? Ah, this guy attacks first, so actually the best thing to do might be to move him over so he will kill this guy before the attack's complete. Actually, if I do it with this guy, I will take some damage, but I can also set him on fire. Okay. Okay, I can do the same thing again for clearing out a couple enemies. I'm still worried about this blob, although I can move the blob over here, that would do some damage to him. He's on fire. He's still got 5 health though. And this guy's a worry. So priorities are this guy, moving the blob, and then just doing as much damage to everything else as I can manage. I'd also really like to kill this freaking blobber. Alright, pretty happy with that. Not making a ton of progress bringing this guy's health down, but I am consistently getting him to kill his friends, which is pretty useful. I think some people are ripe for some chain lightning. Let's move my friends out of the way first, though. I'll set myself on fire slightly, but then I get the free kill there. And block up this guy with a rock. And then murder everything with chain lightning. There we go, only slightly on fire. And there we are, there's victory. Alright, that went really, really well. I'm actually feeling really good about this team. I've got enough upgrades in it now that this is going well. And I think that was a, yep, perfect island. I get a free thing. A new pilot I haven't seen before. Launch multiple small projectiles. I don't know what that means. And then, great. I'm gonna take the pilot. I haven't seen this guy before. Okay, cluster artillery to push people away from a building. That doesn't sync well with my chain lightning, so I'll probably leave that. Fly over target and dropping smoke on a target is pretty cool. Light the target on fire and push adjacent tiles. Acid projector. I probably want to replace that teleporter. It doesn't do much for me. So I think maybe the smoke and jump weapon might be better. Return that weapon. Have full grid for the final boss. Maybe just some reactor cores. Yeah, I may as well boost the damage of that attack, because I think I've got everything else I need. Alright, so next time we are going to be heading to... Oh, what's that achievement? Oh, I never fell below 4 grid power on this run. That's awesome. This has been a really good run, actually. Okay, so let's call that, and then next time we'll go to the final mission.